G'day, I'm Geoff Woodall. I'm a native plant agronomist and I help various people grow various native plants for a whole range of crops, including the production of nectar for honey production. And I've worked on various projects over the last sort of 10 to 15 years that focuses on producing nectar from native plants cultivated on previously cleared agricultural land, usually very poor quality cleared agricultural land, deep sand, shallow clay soils, those sorts of things, those sorts of soils that are not particularly productive, and generally more so in the very drier parts of the region. Yeah, so I guess in terms of the impact of a variable climate on nectar production, I think we're still sort of starting to get a bit of a handle on what the impacts are going to be, but certainly a variable climate for some native plants sort of causes a bit of havoc in terms of potentially not so much the flower production but the nectar production. And so plants that usually produce nectar in a certain given period, that period of nectar production can become quite erratic, and it's difficult to manage. For the plants that we're growing for nectar production on previously cleared agricultural land, that seems to be less of an issue, because we're selecting plants that are well adapted to the new sort of conditions and the conditions that we're expecting in the future, and they include sort of local native plants, but also native plants from a broader geographic region, which might be drier plants in the drier region and cultivating those in the previously wetter parts of the catchment areas. The key aspects about how to adapt and how to mitigate a variable climate that I'd probably suggest is that we grow more native plants that are known nectar producing native plants on farmland to produce supplementary nectar supplies throughout the region. Furthermore, I think we need to look at plants that also grow in drier regions that we can move further south and west as the climate becomes more variable, and cultivating those plants on farms. The other benefits, there are also a lot of other benefits associated with doing that. One of them that is kind of interesting is the cultivation of lots of local Hakea species. Often produce good nectar supplies, but they also produce a lot of fruits, and those fruits are often consumed by some of our rare and endangered parrots like Carnaby's cockatoo. The other thing, if we establish these native plants back on agricultural landscapes, on the more marginal lands, then there are some real tangible benefits for pollination of crops like canola and just making the whole agricultural system more robust and a much more pleasant environment to live in, because there's always something flowering if you design these systems well.